Max Faithful, motivation. There's major importance in having a purpose in life. Having something to represent or standing for something. Many people from Malcolm X to Alexander Hamilton have been referenced in using the quote, "If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything." Now, it may vary depending on who's being referenced, but regardless of that, it's one of my favorite quotes in life because it's so applicable to life. If you've been listening to my videos in order or consistently, thank you by the way if you have, you may remember episode 4 in which I talked about the importance of being assertive, not letting people get over on you, etc. Well, that's all part of standing for something. In such cases, it may not necessarily mean that you're picketing or marching or dying for something. It doesn't necessarily always need to go that far. Those are for extreme situations. Granted, sometimes that's what your belief and that's what you stand for calls for. One example is the great Huey P. Newton. Even though it's disputed why he really died or how he really died, many say that he was taken out in what's called revolutionary suicide. Look that up. But let's talk about non-extreme examples. I don't need people going around saying that Max Faithful motivation is responsible for them shooting at cops. Don't do that. But it's important to have a belief system that's strong. And I'm not referring to religion. I'm just talking about principles, values, codes, guidelines, morals that you hold dear to yourself and that you hold true to yourself. They make you who you are and what you are. These are things about which you're truly passionate and that you don't have to break, or rather that you will never break for anyone. Because you truly believe that these things are what advance you and allow you the will to have influence on other people that's positive and to help advance others in sometimes direct and other times in the most indirect ways. For instance, I don't eat pork in any form. And it's not a religious thing. I just don't like the animal's qualities. So I don't want to put into my body the meat of an animal that's greedy and sloppy. And those are just a couple of its qualities. It's a symbolic thing. Since I'm always looking for ways to purify my life and live the most clean life and the most influential and positive life that I can, it's important to me that I represent that in what I eat as well as what I do. Whether it's my interaction with others, the kind of hip-hop music I listen to, or the type of romantic partner I seek out. I look for a specific type of woman. You'd think that would be assumed by everybody though, right? Not necessarily. See, many people in our society do things for the wrong reasons. They live their lives for others. They marry the person that their parents want them to marry. They pursue careers or professions that their parents want them to pursue. And those of us who are first generation American with African parents can attest to that. I'm in that generation. Some of us have witnessed it. Some of us have been involved in it. Some of us have experienced both. Now, this is just a general statement. Obviously, circumstances and situations can vary. But it does happen. What I'm trying to say is that living for any reason other than the purpose that you wish to fulfill or the passion that you have and that you want to pursue is not standing for something. As a matter of fact, you may be standing for something in which somebody else believes. Now, if you have a duty to someone or you feel that you owe a duty to that other person, then yes, by all means, do it. After all, it then becomes part of what you stand for. Just make sure it's genuine. You'll realize that once you truly find something for which you passionately or genuinely stand, more things will begin to make sense. Subscribe, please. Signing off, Max.